Okay, so I've lived in Detroit for a while, and honestly, I really do not grasp why people think it is the worst place on the planet. People think Detroit, as soon as you walk outside, 5,000 black people are going to come out of nowhere, a pack of blacks, and they're going to beat you up and rob you, and the instant you go outside, they're going to take your porch, and then the instant you actually put gas in your car, somehow, you're going to be on E because the guy is siphoning it through some mechanism that is going throughout the sky, a satellite, a black-only satellite, all centered around the fact that you can't have nothing in Detroit. Detroit is evil. Detroit become incarnate of destruction. That is what it is. I am confused. I really am. I go downtown and have a fun time. My wife, of caucus variety, she goes out and has a fun time with me. Sir, there are some weird guys that come about and a lot of homeless people, but for the most part, we're really safe. We go around East Side, which is really, really bad. And for the most part, we don't really have that much of an issue. We go through the bad neighborhoods riding on our scooters, and we just kind of vibe, to be quite real with you. I got my bike almost stolen, but I fought him off mostly. I think I've lived here too long where I don't see the danger everybody's talking about. I really don't grasp it. I would like to. I would really like to. I lived in two very notoriously evil places. I lived in Detroit, Michigan, and I lived in Ohio. Now, I'm not going to say cities in Ohio because all of Ohio is the same, but I lived in Detroit and Ohio. Ohio, a little crazy, but I like it. Not bad, though. People are saying, oh, there's drugs on the street, there's Fetty, there's destruction, there's evil incarnate. Not really. Not really. Granted, I have done what could be described as Florida stuff here. I think Florida's a little dangerous. Florida, to me, is an open GTA server. That's how I feel about Florida. Florida is what happens if you actually put hell on earth. That's Florida. Florida is somehow a coveted, beautiful beach spot and crazy high rent, also while having AK-47s on the street and a pineapple touting swinger community. That's Florida to me. Detroit, to me, is a great, wonderful area. Cheap rent. Oh my God. Cheap rent. Rent is insanely cheap. I love it here. Also, there is crime, but there's crime everywhere. You might even pull up some statistics and say, well, Detroit was rated one of the worst cities in America. That's true. But you also got to remember, we're in America. You know what I mean? We're in America. Nothing's really truly amazing here. We have amazing restaurants. That's fun. Downtown Detroit life is really fun at night. There's a bunch of people going about, going to games. There's bars, barcades. That's really cool. And there's always an event going on. I went out every day in August on my scooters. And every single day was a Monday at 5 in the afternoon. Food trucks lined up and a concert going on outside. Next day, Tuesday, 12 noon. A bunch of pastors out there and a Hotep dude is talking, well, to the pastors, saying that they're reading the wrong Bible. And then the Bible people are saying, you're reading the slave Bible. There is no such thing as all what you're talking about saying. There is an ice wall. The earth is flat. And they're arguing with each other. And then later that day, a bunch of motorcycle guys ride on by. And a homeless dude asked me for $27 and I give him $50. Why'd I give the homeless dude $50? Because he's going to give me a compliment. He's going to compliment my hair. And I needed that boost today so I can walk on Riverwalk. And I'm right next to Canada, so I can go to Canada anytime I feel like it. Then I go to Mexico Town. Mexico Town, I get a taco. And then I go to get that taco and I have a great day for the rest of the day. I come on home to my loft and I stream a little bit. Wednesday happens. Video game tournament, just randomly in the middle of downtown. Why is there a video game tournament? Why is there a projector with a video game tournament? They're playing Tekken 8 downtown. Every day there's something happening here. And it's fun. And it's not costly. And it's great. Whenever I tell people, hey, you should come up to Detroit, they say, oh, Detroit? Michigan? Yes. Oh. Hey. You braver than me, brother. What? Braver than you? I don't understand what's going on. I think the issue is that I used to be the danger in Detroit. I was a Crip. And I caused danger. I'll be outside of Greektown, waiting for an old man with a watch that looks really nice to come out and see if he has any physical cash on him. Go to the casino and look for tickets that are left around. Take casino chips and just cash them in myself. So many things I would do in Detroit. It would be psychotic and crazy. That's how I operated. Maybe that's what it was, but I'm just used to that life, I think. My normal may be a lot different than your normal. Your normal may be, oh, Jessica got into a fight with Robert. I'm like, okay, cool. My normal is, oh, dang, we might get jumped. And we're fighting. Nobody really got really badly beat up. Maybe my normalcy is destroyed. Maybe my brain is broken. But I don't really see the danger of Detroit. My wife is not from here. She didn't know what it was going to be like. She thought it was going to be adventurous and fun here. And by all means, every day, truly, has been some form of adventure. It has made our life clock slow down tremendously to have memories to look back on every time I'm able to come up here and tell you a little snippet about my life. It feels fun. It feels great. I went to Coney Island one time, and my wife asked the guy, what's the worst thing that's ever happened in your life? He said, oh, well, I guess I stabbed a guy, but that's just something I did. Whoop-de-doo. Exactly like that. Whoop-de-doo. And she said, oh, cool. And then I said, would you stab me? He said, grab my shoulder with the strength of 1,000 gods. Old man, frail old man, but his finger straight for some reason held the might of Hercules. He said, I would. I felt a fear run down my spine. Excitement. What is life without the spice of it? What is chicken without its spice? What is a meal without a glass of water? What is curry without the spice? Where are we at if we are so complacent, not living with a little bit of danger? Detroit, to me, isn't really dangerous. It's creative. It's inventive. It's fun. I enjoy every moment of every day that I have here because I know something crazy is going to happen. I know some crazy guy on the street is going to say something. I know I'm going to get into an argument with somebody on the street. I know what's going to happen if I interact. I know the world is happening with or without me here. I know the roads are terrible. I know in Dearborn there's a lot of Arabic people. I know for a singular fact that if I go to a specific part of town, there's going to be 5 old ladies roller skating, and they're going to be playing hockey while roller skating with a old bottle, and there's going to be 4 cats watching, eating tuna at the art park. And you don't know that. You have no idea what I'm talking about. You have no clue what that is. And these old ladies do this a lot too, by the way. This isn't some one-off instance. Detroit is home to me. Detroit is amazing. Detroit is spiritual. Detroit is what I've always loved about the human experience. I hate when people downplay the fun of it all. Yes, there's a little bit of danger. Sure, you might get robbed. Sure, you might get beat up. Sure, you might get shot. Who cares about that? That's unimportant. But will you have fun? That is what you really should ask yourself when you really think about a decision. If you will be alive at the end and if you'll have fun. That's really the 2 things that should matter most. Don't do drugs. I want to point this out. I just thought about that. It's happening in mid-time. Don't do drugs. Don't do that. Cut out the drugs in your life. I don't drink or smoke, so I really just enjoy the spice of life raw. I enjoy every bit of it just like this. I'm always like this. I don't have a off switch ever. I just am like this. I am just this. So when I say enjoy life to the fullest, enjoy it while you can, with who you can, for what it's worth. Detroit isn't bad. The people might be a little bad, but Detroit's not bad. I like it here. I love it here. It's cheap. I'm also not telling you to move to Detroit. You might get shot. Don't do that.